Hi everyone and welcome to Jab and Move with your host Stephen, and today we're going to be talking about Ajagba versus Charles Martin, obviously beating him in the 4th round by knockout, and also Tyson Fury has come back now. He's obviously had his presser for Mahmoudov fight. There's a few clips from that, including just the Furies in general. I want to dive into it and see what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think as a whole of fans have missed Tyson Fury, and has boxing as a sport missed Tyson Fury? We'll climb into that right now. So, in terms of Ajagba versus Charles Martin, that was a really good fight. I think it was one I previewed, and I said that he would win, sort of 5th round knockout. It was 4th round knockout in the end, or technical knockout. The referee stopped it, and there was no sort of real question after the first couple of rounds who was taking that win. And that's how I thought it would go. I thought it would be seeing a mid-fight stoppage, but it was just a little bit earlier. He looked good. He looked lean again like he did in the Bicoli fight. He looked quick. He looked sharp. And like I say, his combinations were there. Again, this is Charles Martin we are talking about. So for me, I don't put a lot of stock into it, if I'm perfectly honest. I like Charles Martin. He's an okay guy by what you see in the presses and stuff. He is a former heavyweight champion of the world. But again, that is a bit of a caveat to that. But he has passed what he's going to do. He's not going to challenge anyone in the division in terms of the upper echelons. So for me, Ajagba will move forward. I do want to see him now, one of the big boys. What that would mean, I'm not too sure. Who is available? Possibly Cabell, but I don't know if that's going to be too small of a fight for him. We've got, like I say, Parker, that was not Usyk at all. Wardley's now tied up with Dubois, which we'll climb into as well in a further video. So for me, yeah, we've got to see him against some real opponents now moving forward and see what we can get from him. Like I say, we've seen the Bicoli fight. He did really well there. I really liked it, and he should have won that fight. I will maintain that. It was definitely not a draw. He won that fight by 2 rounds clear. And obviously we'll move forward from there and see what he can do. But great fight. Great win. See where he goes from there. Tyson Fury. This is the one I want to jump on quickly, because for me, he come back. He said that boxing for him has been boring since he's been gone in the last 14 months. Now I'll counter that with, well, we've had Bivol Petreviev 2, we've had the Eubank Ben fights, we've had Dubois versus Usyk 2, we've also had Wardley versus Parker, plus many other fights going on. Atoma growing as well. So for me personally, as a sport in the last 14 months, I think it's been exceptionally good, really interesting. Not to forget Canelo versus Crawford, and obviously Inoue's exploits. So boxing is definitely not boring without Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury brings the chat. He brings the aura with himself. Now, can he return as a champion and be a champion in the ring once again? That is up for debate. For me personally, I'm going to see how he comes from this Mahmoudov fight and go from there. I'm not so sure, because like I say, there are a few fighters there now that I think could beat him moving forward, and it'd be interesting to see what Fury we get back as well. But it's definitely not boring. I think Fury needs boxing way more than boxing needs Fury. We've seen that in the last 14 months. We've seen the growth of the sport, and I would like to see the numbers in comparison with or without Fury. Possibly UK fans want Fury back, so obviously it's Fury, and him and Joshua are the biggest names in boxing, in British boxing. But worldwide fans, for me personally, no, I don't think they've missed him. Now, obviously, with Tyson Fury, we have the caveat of John Fury, and that's always fun. I think him calling out Cole Froch was just ridiculous. I liked how Cole Froch handled it, to be honest. I know it's his first gig on Netflix, and I really respect that, because he, on his own channel, can do what he wants. When it comes to Netflix, obviously, he stood himself in good stead there. He held himself to a higher standard, and he wasn't going to get baited by John Fury. Obviously, it is what it is. It's all a sideshow. It's all for clicks. It's all for bait. For me personally, I don't like it. I don't think it's good for the sport. I prefer the people who come in this sport, like the U6, the Wardleys, the Chris Billam-Smiths, you know, these like the Inoue's, the Crawfords. I prefer those sort of people in this sport, and I like the way that they handle their business. So I like Fury. I'm happy he's back, so I want to see if he can become a 3-time world champion. And also, I want to see how he stacks up against what I class as the big 5 right now, without Fury coming back into the conversation. But has boxing missed him? I'm not so sure. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you reckon to, obviously, Ajagba? Is he going to make his next step forward? And also, Fury, have you missed him in the ring, and have you missed him as a personality in boxing? Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Take care. Bye.